Hi everyone, and welcome back to the new episode of Newsbusters. Now, for people who don't know what Newsbusters is, it's our effort and initiative जो कि करोना प्यार है .in ने लिया है, जिसमें कि हम लोग we will be discussing all the news, the negative news and even positive news at times, and we're gonna have life coach Mamta Sharma with us. So she's already here. I think I'm gonna connect with her now. Okay. Any moment now, and we're going to be discussing some bits of news जो आज मैंने collect की हैं, because every day now this has become my new routine. Hi ma'am,
Hi
how are you?
Tanya. Hi everyone.
Ma'am, so I'm very grateful to this Newsbusters क्योंकि अब मैं रोज news पढ़ती हूँ. And I've been
Good.
collecting news every day, so and good, मतलब दोनों type की, अच्छी भी और बुरी भी, so but yeah, and I actually give it a thought कि
Yep.
चल क्या रहा है. Okay,
Okay.
so
Perfect.
yeah. Now the thing is, because there's one common news which is every day कि the number of cases, and we're constantly हमें
Hmm.
इस चीज की information दी जा रही है. So do you
Mm-hmm.
think कि the government is maintaining its efforts, and the medical team, the whole, all the people that are employed towards saving our lives, are all of them doing a good job so far?
Yeah,
Do you?
I think Tanya, in fact, not good. They're doing a great job.
Hmm.
As we know, and we've been repeatedly, I mean, the media has been telling us, and we have been discussing on our show that
Hmm.
the sudden surge in numbers has come from just one place,
Yeah.
which is sad.
Huh.
And and that has contributed to numbers not only in Delhi where the incident happened, but everywhere in the country, so all states.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
what is sadder
Hmm. Hmm.
is that unfortunately, for some reason, these people who have been quarantined, who've been hospitalized, are not cooperating. In
Yeah.
fact, in UP, there have been incidents where they have misbehaved.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
if that is due to some mental health issue, which is possible because of the because if someone realizes that they're infected and suddenly they behave in a different manner because of a mental health concern, then that's
Hmm.
different. But
Hmm.
it's being reported that a lot of them in various places are behaving, not cooperating with medical
Hmm.
authorities
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
police. So I think that is really sad, guys, and we need to again create more awareness through our platform, through your social media handles, wherever you are,
Hmm.
whatever following you have,
Yeah.
that everyone needs to cooperate, everyone needs to play their role, as we have been repeatedly saying here.
Hmm. 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 So
So,
हाँ, जो आपने बोला उसी उससे related, I there was this one news जो आज मैंने पढ़ी, which was 7 arrested for pelting stones at doctors
oh yeah, that
क्योंकि they
also
screened
happened.
COVID-19 patients. Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, so that's really sad. But uh, I mean, again, because we work in the area of mental health, we can understand that people may behave in so-called really weird ways at such times. But again, people who are still able to keep their calm and composure, it is their job to create more
Yeah.
awareness, talk about it in their communities, in their neighborhoods, over
Hmm.
phones or on social media, that everyone, right?
Hmm. 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 So
Because
so
this,
possibly, yeah.
because the virus does not
The
differentiate, yeah?
internet. Sorry, the internet
No,
थोड़ा
it's okay.
like it
Yeah.
you just went. Yeah.
I said so. I said so. The virus, because the virus does not differentiate. You can be the
Hmm.
king of
Hmm.
the
That's
world. The
true. That's
virus is
true.
not going to spare you.
So
Right. So
although I do have
that's
this thing, so
something that we
so
keep.
it's no longer something that
Yeah,
we
please
need
go. Yeah.
to. Acha. So I was saying कि because
I said
so
something that we
today
need to keep
even
talking about over and over and over again.
okay. So the thing is, I think the internet is
Yeah.
थोड़ा lagging behind, right?
Yes.
Possibly. Damn internet. Okay. So I was saying कि it's possibly क्योंकि आज हमारा theme, corona like प्यार है का theme was कि how health hazards have been, affecting the mental health also. So it's basically the virus. So it's possible that the fear in it, the fear of actually going through the whole health hazard, thinking कि हमारे loved ones को हो गया हो या हो जाए. Is it so? You're saying कि it's possibly the fear that's why people are reacting out,
Yep.
right?
See, again, as I think we mentioned, we talked about this in one of the previous episodes,
Yeah.
that India and Asia, I think, comes from a place where when someone falls ill or sick or when there is a concern, we come together.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very, very unusual, I think, first of its kind concern where people are being told that you need to stay apart to be well. A
That's
lot
true.
of people, despite so much awareness, have not yet been able to make sense of it.
Yeah.
Right? So
Even
how
yeah.
if so how if someone's hospitalized, we would go visit them in the hospital. And and we'll go in droves, right? When it's not like one or two, it's one person from the house will go.
Yeah.
Everybody will go visit them, right?
Yeah.
So we come from a place like that. Now it's very difficult for people to understand कि क्यों कर देंगे isolate, अच्छा ऐसे अलग रख देंगे, अच्छा ऐसे किसी से मिलने नहीं देंगे. So I think that is creating more panic and anxiety than the actual, So
Yeah.
even people who are home are like wondering कि अगर मुझे हो गया तो मुझे ऐसे रहना पड़े, I'll be isolated, I'll be made to stay away from everyone,
Yeah.
right? So
So
that's, I think, creating a lot of panic and anxiety and fear.
are we getting some comments? I didn't realize. Weird comments? Are they weird comments? Is the weather
Yes.
changing? Weird change. Okay, so there are certain weather changes that we're gonna avoid, and we're gonna continue with the conversation. So there was this another thing जहाँ पे मैंने पढ़ा कि so there was some volunteers working, like just inspecting आसपास के societies and everything, and they were going and checking कि symptoms लोगों को है या नहीं है, to ensure the safety of other people, right? And they were basically so they were like they were snatching away their phones not to report them, like that. So
Yeah.
that was also happening. Do you think it's justified to an extent that out of fear you're also somehow like physically getting involved with the other person to not, even like letting themselves give you the right information?
I know, I know. So that can happen again. In other words, I think all those are cries for help, and people don't know how to deal with it. So I think awareness is like our biggest weapon again. And despite the fact that there was stone pelting on doctors, the doctors again went the next day. So that kind of spirit in face of such, what should I say? I mean, whatever happened is
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Yes, I
it's
read. Yes,
it's
I read that.
commendable, right? And there are places where doctors are like, oh, sorry, where police officers are like singing songs and dancing on the roads to keep the morale up, yeah, to boost the general public morale.
Yeah.
So that's like, so as we said that such situations will bring the best and worst out of people, right? So you have examples of both kinds. You have people on both ends of the spectrum,
Yeah.
which is okay. Which is okay. I think that is like part of the the entire thing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted, and it's so
I know.
funny actually. It is
I
so
know.
funny. Ki, yeah. Okay.
I
So,
know.
yeah. So there was yeah. So like this, ki how the doctors, they still went back despite their
Yeah.
life being threatened, and physically उनको harm किया जा रहा था. So ऐसे ही similarly there is this there's this fan actress serving COVID-19 patients. Basically, there's this actress
Yes.
Shikha Malhotra,
Who
and she
were
was like,
who was there in Fan and another movie. Yeah.
yes,
So
imagine.
that's interesting.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, I know.
Yeah, because she has a medical background, so she decided to, go around the hospitals and find out who will. I mean,
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's
I.
amazing. Where like I read in another news story that a nurse in the US, in fact, I saw a video where she was crying that she does not have mask and she was made to go into a COVID ward. So she quit because she was so
Yeah.
scared for her life, and she says that I have a family to come back to. Despite that, in our country, very interestingly and very commendably, people like this actress, she could.
Yeah.
There was no. I mean, there was no need for her to say कि मेरा medical background and I would like to. She volunteered of
Yeah,
her
she
own
volunteered.
accord,
Yes.
that is, then there are other nurses and doctors and everybody who are unable to go home, and so that's an interesting phenomena in the same country.
It is, it is, it is, it
Yeah,
is. हाँ तो
yeah,
वही I was like जब मैंने ये पढ़ा even I felt कि so there are some people who are taking accountability, and they're taking accountability by like risking their own lives also,
yep,
by becoming a part of treatment जहाँ पे they're actually more prone to getting that virus,
yep.
and still that's happening, and I think so that is good, of course.
Yeah, so in Delhi, I again saw, as I told you, I follow Delhi closely. So I saw a doctor talking to the CM.
हाँ
He has just retired from the army or somewhere, and he was with so much conviction. He was saying that I like he joined immediately,
हाँ
and he said that I am we'll fight till we kind of push this virus out or kill it or whatever, like till we overcome this crisis. We are here, and there was so much conviction. It gave me so much confidence when I looked at this one
hmm
person's statement,
hmm
who obviously he's a medic, so that gives you additional thing. And all the doctors, like all heads of despite the fact that उनके पास सबके पास equipment नहीं है, they are short of
hmm
protective equipment, they're short of masks, they're short of, so they're still, I mean, that spirit gives you the confidence that things are going to be okay, right?
That's true, that's true. So, on the same thing, जैसे कि how citizens are taking accountability, वैसे ही the government doing everything possible. And जैसे कल हमने discuss किया था that there was this app, right? जो
Yes.
आरोग्य,
Oh, yes. I
yeah,
downloaded it after you told me.
you did? That's
Yes,
really
I
nice.
did.
So
I did.
मैंने भी I forwarded it to people that I could कल में, because I had so
Yeah.
many chats. So like, okay. But it's really nice effort given कि वो सब कुछ provide कर रहे हैं in different languages, as a matter of fact,
Oh, yes.
which is needed.
Yes. Yes, yes. It's not only English. So that's interesting. Yep.
Yes, so I think the government somehow is just has इतना speed up कर लिया उन्होंने process of getting it over with कि अगली 21 days we actually make an effort कि ये चीज खत्म हो जाए types. Um, that's true, and also so now coming back to कि कैसे we've been talking about and we've been listening things like कि 21 days से exceed कर जाएगा lockdown, but there are news जहाँ पे ये भी आ रहा है कि international flights may resume from April 15th, but on like on case basis system. Uh, so which means कि if I still have to ask for a perspective from you, कि, what if it does and what if it doesn't, the lockdown increase कर भी जाए, shouldn't we be staying back home still, like?
Yes, I think we should. We should. We should. It doesn't mean because this is something that has spread throughout the world.
Hmm.
So, sorry, am I back? Yeah. So if
Yes.
yeah, if we again start moving out, and then it may again flare up. So it would not be a
Hmm.
good idea. And I guess
Hmm.
they'll around before the 14th or on the 14th they'll come up with a plan, because yesterday I think the PM met all the CMs, or they did a video conferencing, and I'm sure they are talking about what to do come 14th.
Yeah.
What is their plan going to be, and so let's wait for that. Meanwhile, the PM
Hmm.
has called for the light to fight
Yeah.
corona
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
on the 9th. I think we must mention that.
I
Nine
know. I
minutes
know.
on the 9th. I think that's again a brilliant step to boost everyone's morale, to
Hmm.
keep everyone together, and
Can
so
you
the
please
neighborhood.
explain एक बारी to the audience, whoever might listen to this and whoever watches this live?
Okay, so the PM in a video message this morning urged everyone to, within their homes,
Hmm.
turn off your lights for 9 minutes at 9 p.m. on Sunday, the 5th of April,
Hmm.
and turn on any, flashlights or your mobile phone flashlights, and light any candles or diyas or earthen lamps or any, other lamps that you have, and turn off the lights to show solidarity, and
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
show our
Hmm.
commitment to fighting this
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
virus,
Hmm.
throughout the country. And I think the way it happened on the 22nd, I believe, right? when everybody came out
Yes,
and,
yes, yes,
kind
yes.
of rang bells
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
made noise and showed. And I think, in fact, where I live, we are still doing it every evening at 5. The
Oh, oh
entire
wow.
neighborhood still comes out every evening at 5, does it for 15 minutes continuously.
That is so cool. I
That's,
would
yes,
want to
people
live
are
in such a
still doing
neighborhood.
it,
Yeah.
ringing bells and whatever they have. And
Yeah.
they come out to their balconies, to their doors. I mean, obviously within,
Ha
while
ha ha
staying
ha.
inside. In
Ha.
fact, another important thing that the PM added this time was that you must stay indoors while you do this, because there were some incidents last time where people, came out in groups to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
noise,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that it's important. And he reiterated that you
Hmm.
don't have to come out on the street or, in a park. You don't have to group together. So
Hmm.
I think that will again give, another boost to the
Hmm.
entire country, that we can make it, and, acknowledge everyone's efforts and so on.
So, like as a mental health professional, I think you and I, we both understand कि बीच में these, just motivating, like, how do you call it? That spark, so that
Yeah,
make sure that the fire keeps,
yeah,
it keeps burning like that. And I
yeah.
think if you would have to say, should like government keep engaging ऐसे छोटे छोटे tasks में every now and then, despite the coronavirus?
Oh, yes. Yeah, in fact, yes, we have discovered that this is a very, very, very interesting tool. But
Yeah.
I think the effectiveness of the tools also lies in the fact that we rarely use it.
Yeah, okay,
It's
that's
like
true.
if you start, like if you start using your Brahmastra every day, if you
Huh,
start pulling out your gun at everybody, then
huh.
nobody values it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think the effectiveness lies in the fact that it's like a rarely used, thing. It's
Yes.
like your outfit that you wear for a special occasion, right?
Huh. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I get it.
so I think so that's important. But yes, on special occasions where the country needs to come together, yes, and the most amazing thing is that it doesn't require anything, and everybody can participate,
Hmm.
right? So wherever
Yeah.
you are, whether you are in a village, whether you have access to something or not, I mean, access to media or,
Hmm.
you can, and he makes it so simple.
Hmm.
You have to light a diya, you have to light a candle, you
Yeah.
have to turn the light, flashlight on your phone, you have to make noise with the vessels in your kitchen,
Hmm.
right? So I think that's the power of the activity that they are
Yeah.
doing.
And everybody doing it together, I think it's just gonna create that sense of optimism also, Joe, that we
It
need
does
right
bind you,
now.
yeah, it does
Yeah.
bond you together, right?
Yes. Yes, it does. Like
So
we are in
I
this
think,
together. With
yeah, I
that
think
GIF
it's
जो आजकल
like,
चलती है. हाँ.
it's like the band they have in the army. So even when
Yeah.
the battle is raging, at
Yes.
its peak, and there's this
Hmm.
band playing without worrying about anything else, and that's their
Yeah.
job, right?
So I
So
think it's just
that's, I
like
think,
that.
yeah, I think so. That's the idea behind the whole thing, and it's
That's
working
true.
really wonderfully well. Yeah.
It is. As a matter of fact, चलो ये I'm glad with the fact कि government वो initiatives तो ले ही रही है, like even in South जहाँ पे they're providing like free milk to everyone and all of that जितना वो कर सकते हैं अपनी side से. So government is coming up with initiatives, as a matter of fact, faster than ever.
Yeah.
But moving forward, so there is this. There are other countries that are using social media influencers to spread awareness on coronavirus. And so far, I haven't found like specific celebrities or specific influencers per se, जो बहुत extremely famous उसमें आते हैं. They're doing their bits, but on a very small scale, while they can have a huge impact. Do you think we should also start indulging, matlab, reaching out to those people, and matlab, the people who can,
Why
ki
not?
they should be
Yeah, why not?
providing?
Why not? Why not? Some influencers are doing it.
Yeah.
But yes, if everyone comes together and starts saying the same message,
Yes. Huh.
in the same manner, it definitely will
Hmm.
make an impact, because these people have like millions of followers,
Hmm.
right? So, while they are showing people that they are indoors and doing their bit, by putting out whatever content they put out. But yes, if there
Hmm.
was one common message, like probably a hashtag, that everyone could
Yeah.
follow, right? Then that would create, yes, major impact. That would
Although
create
there
a,
is one. Although there
Okay.
is one. Do you know
Which
about
is?
hashtag Ghar Baito India?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I got to know about it
there
from
is.
TikTok. But yes.
Yeah.
No, actually, what I meant was कि people have talked, influencers have talked, but बहुत ही minor उस पे, like really minor. Like once
Yeah.
they've done it, and then that was the only thing that they did, and वहीं पे वो चीज खत्म हो जाती है. Now celebrities are being shown news के अंदर जिसमें कि they're giving donating money. My point is actually giving out the message verbally in terms of regular basis जहाँ पे they can reach the audience more often. That's what I feel that I don't know somehow we've
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that should be. In fact, probably they can, use a digital platform and everybody come together at the same time and say the same thing. They're doing it on an individual level.
hmm,
For example, I think Shah Rukh Khan has said, and
yeah.
other people have said. So yes, why not? I mean, if they
Hmm.
can do that, that would have a huge impact,
If they
right?
if they come together as a matter of
If
at
they
this
come
time right
together,
now,
yes, of course,
uh,
of course.
although so if I have to ask you this general question, like the social media, how powerful do you think it can be? Like इस time पे?
I think Tanya, social media is like a huge force to reckon with right now.
Hmm.
I mean, there are millions, billions of people on any platform and every platform.
Hmm.
And, I believe even if, and they're like tons of content being poured out every hour. And if you could just
Hmm.
add this one statement to, if each one of us started adding this one statement to anything that we talk about. So
Hmm.
even if somebody's, let's say, sharing a recipe,
Yeah.
and in the beginning or at the end, if they just reiterate the fact that we need to pull through, we need to stay home, and this is how you're making our contribution. So
Hmm.
yes, I mean the impact is, in fact, social media is the, I think, if there was like layers of media, then social media would be on top,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
right? So
Agreeable. Yes.
yes, social media is a force to reckon with, and if everybody comes together, then this can be huge, this can be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So social media, of course, I understand that, but I still somehow feel that there are limitations to it in terms of like how personally I've been doing it कि ठीक है मैं social media पे हूँ and I have been advertising my ads also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I somehow feel that people still don't feel connected because they still don't know this word coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, there are people who are like, ये क्या है? And I was shocked to my very core that even after 10 days almost, जहाँ पे like
Hmm.
proper lockdown, like 9 days after, and still people are not aware coronavirus क्या है. And
Mm-hmm.
that's kind. I felt कि even social media पे होने के बावजूद भी you're asking this.
You're
So
right.
that
There are people who don't know what COVID stands for.
yes,
COVID क्या
and
चीज है और कोरोना वायरस क्या चीज है, and are they different and are
yes.
they the same? In fact, I
Hmm.
saw posts where people are showing कि Dettol के bottle पे लिखा है that it can fight coronavirus. So
Hmm.
I think people need to know that this is novel coronavirus. This is
Hmm.
different from the standard coronavirus that
Hmm.
has
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
that was already out there.
Hmm.
And COVID stands for coronavirus
Hmm.
disease. So it's an
Hmm.
acronym for
Hmm.
coronavirus disease. Why 19? Because it came out in 2019, towards the end of 2019. So that's why the 19 is there. Yes, we do need to. We do need to. And
Hmm.
uh, yes, I know it's shocking. Like people don't know about. If people don't know about coronavirus, then what are we doing on social media,
So
right?
इसी से नाम so there is this very बहुत ही like कैसे conspiracy theory जो news में आजकल फैली हुई थी. I don't know if you know or not. So, but there is this series. Okay, I think it's Korean series as far as I remember. So I saw this video जो कि आजकल बहुत वायरल हो रखी है and उसमें था क्या so उसी के कोई 10th episode पे last के कुछ 15 minutes में 20 minutes में there was this on this series released in 2018. Okay,
Okay.
and उसमें बोला था कि the patient was dying and the
Hmm.
doctor came out and उसके जो भी relative था whatever friend को explain कर रहा था so this is coronavirus case severe case of coronavirus and the person is not going to survive because we don't have a solution for it, or we don't have a vaccine for it, you know, kya de usko. And so this has been in news. That more than anything, it's like a planned thing. It's like a planned activity that just went. It was supposed to control something. It was supposed to stay एक जगह पे, but somehow when it I think out of control हो गया, and it just went like global level पे चला गया somehow. And I won't name specific places, or I won't name specific people, but this has been like I don't, have you watched that video?
No, I haven't. No, I
I
haven't.
will
I know
share
of
the,
Contagion, but I don't know of this specific thing
yeah.
where they actually name the virus.
So I'll show you the,
So
I'll
what's
send
your
you the.
question?
My question is कि वहाँ पे ना like उसने बोला कि कोरोना वायरस है. Listen to all the details, okay? This is coronavirus. This is a very deadly virus, and the patient is not going to survive. We don't have a vaccine for it. This can be used कल को as a biochemical hazard, something like that. That's what we call, है ना? I think.
Biological warfare weapon.
Yes, that exactly that. Sorry, guys. And it can be used like that. And क्या there's certain things, कुछ something like specific symptoms, and जो अभी इस वक्त है न्यूज में, were the exact things जो उस सीरीज में 2018 में बोले गए हैं. And the same thing happened. So now, what do you think? Could it possibly be a coincidence, or could it possibly be an actual thing कि somebody conspired something and
I don't have, so what I would say is I don't have the data to comment on it. And even if I
yeah.
watched the video, and even if they said coronavirus, I wouldn't be in a position to say. There are always conspiracy theorists around. There are conspiracy theorists who say that US never went to the moon, right? It was a hoax video that they made in their backyard. So
Yeah.
that will always be there. The choice is yours whether you want to
believe.
believe it or not. And if you believe it, how does it help you? If you don't believe it, how does it help you? It is what I would ask anybody, you know, who would say that. And right now, as I said yesterday, हवाई जहाज crash होकर गिर रहा है. Does it matter?
Yeah.
Right now, when
The
you're supposed to save everybody who's on the plane, does it
No.
matter right now कि क्या हुआ? Crash हो चुका है. Now you can't salvage. I mean, the plane, right? अभी आपको जान बचानी है सबकी. Will you look at कि आग किसने लगाई थी, engine malfunction किसने sabotage किया था engine को, या अभी आप अपने fellow passenger को बचाओगे?
True.
Right?
That's true.
I'm sure the entire scientific community will be looking for answers.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody, because now that we have had it, obviously we'll be dreading it in the future if it comes.
Yeah.
Right? But all those, I think, issues are to be pondered upon once we are out of it. Right? Let's say somebody made it. Let's, for a moment, hypothetically assume it was made in a lab and it got out of control or spread intentionally or unintentionally. How does that help me? Right now, the only thing I can do is save those who are not infected and do what I can for those who are. Meanwhile, work on a vaccine and a cure, whatever, and or a cure. And see what I can do. ये सब theories हम बाद में बनाएंगे. Right?
So, yeah.
And currently it does not help us.
Yeah.
If it helps us, let's all watch that video. But does it help us? At the same time, I understand that when you can't find reasons, as I said yesterday, I think I'm repeating the same thing. When you can't find reasons for something, you try to look for whatever is out there, right? So coronavirus पहले भी था भाई. ये coronavirus, you can say it's a different version. That's why they're calling it novel coronavirus or COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
So coronavirus tha. Any flu-like virus, if I have read correctly, whatever I've tried to read about it, all in flu-like viruses, flu viruses like viruses, create similar symptoms. Any flu-like virus will affect your respiratory tract, right? है ना? Right? And ultimately will cause lung damage, will not allow your lungs to function properly.
Yes.
Correct? अब ऐसे तो Bill Gates 5 years ago in a TED talk said that we'll have a flu-like virus, and he also said the same things,
Okay.
right?
True.
So either it's a huge conspiracy which involves everybody from whatever South Korea to Bill Gates to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. That does not help me. Does it help you sleep easy at night? Is what I'm going to ask that person or these people,
Okay. Okay.
right? Again, the question is, आप क्या कर सकते हो खुद को बचाने के लिए, and are you in a position to help someone else? I think those are the only two questions that matter right now.
So,
Right? Yeah.
but I'm still gonna share the video with you.
Yeah, please.
It'll be
I'm
so
sure it's an
interesting to watch
interesting
it.
watch.
It is because had it not been, I wouldn't have thought about, oh, now this is something I want to think about. Just generally, out of curiosity.
Obviously. So Robin Cook wrote Contagion years ago. Then it's like, oh, are these pieces of a puzzle?
Yeah.
So if you have khali time, so please banao theories.
Definitely.
But I'm sure the entire scientific community is going to think about it. They are going to find out what happened. Wuhan में क्या हुआ? वहाँ से कैसे फैला? अगली बार हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Is there another possibility of a virus, something like this, like a little later? So those are questions. अभी crisis में हैं हम, right? तो आप बोल रहे हो कि किले की दीवार में छेद किसने किया था? अभी उस छेद को बंद, मतलब we'll talk about it, right? So अभी तो दुश्मन अंदर घुस चुका है, आपका breach हो गया, your wall is breached, right? So अभी ये बात करके कुछ फायदा नहीं होने वाला है.
But I think you will have to have the conversation with Ananya later.
Yeah, she's like, I'll make theories. So please do make theories. But if it takes your sleep away at night, then it's not a good idea. Then you're not doing a good service to yourself. I would say that.
I think I've added humor to it, so
yep.
That's why I'm just enjoying like,
so if you can do that, brilliant. If you can do that, and can you share how you've added humor to it, Tanya? Can you share with us?
It's more like a very dark humor. It's like ऐसा भी हो सकता है तो like biochemical hazard and like wow मतलब these दिमाग लड़ा के कर दिया and it's just this general like point of view like ठीक है sometimes I embrace reality so I add humor to it.
I think the threat has always been there like ever since I think during the Gulf War it was people were threatened कि हम ऐसा कर लेंगे तो वो शायद तब से it has been on people's minds and people talk about will the next war be a biological war, right? And because this thing has happened for whatever reasons, conspiracy है तो भी the biggest countries have been affected, कोई बचा नहीं है. So अगर conspiracy है भी तो भी लोग इसके बारे में बात करने ही वाले हैं, right? And it will be out for everyone to see whatever the findings are and whatever happens.
Eventually, I think so my point is that like we are so many people, right? Some people would want to come out honest. Some people, if they find something, they want to report it, right? It can't be like everybody will hide this conspiracy. Everybody can. As a matter of even if there's something like the truth will eventually come out, right?
Will eventually come out, yeah, exactly.
But until that comes out, until you get to know कि प्लेन क्यों क्रैश होने वाला था तो पहले तो सेव करने पे बचा लेना चाहिए कोशिश एफर्ट डालना चाहिए
पहले उनको बचा लो फिर then we'll fight about who caused it.
Yes okay, right? That's true. ठीक है. Last thing that I'd like to share is कि the conversation is about how important gratitude is right now in our lives. The reason why कि मैंने एक न्यूज़ पढ़ी भी क्या मैंने बस पिक्चर देखी and that was news enough for me. There was this girl standing with a poster saying कि my dad is a policeman and he's out there protecting you, so please stay home, or at least do this favor to me and you guys stay home.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
and I just connected to it on a level कि I mean that's one thing that I can do, and I've got to be thankful that there are people out there who are putting in efforts, leaving their families and then making an effort.
Exactly.
So
from your even not only the doctors and the the police force, imagine your grocery store wala.
Yes.
Who's sitting, in Delhi mein to they are sitting 24/7 of jo bhi hai, right? And imagine those people. Imagine the Grofers delivery guy. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine everybody else. So I'm just taking, I mean, these are random examples. Imagine all those people, who are out there working. They are obviously at a higher risk. हम घर में बैठ के conspiracy theories बना रहे हैं, but they are out there. Their life is at stake on the line. So
Yeah.
yes, and again we have discussed this before that for me personally, gratitude helps me sleep easy and wake me up with a hope, a fresh hope.
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
कि इतनी चीजें हैं तो ये भी ठीक हो जाएगा. And I think it's commendable how the PM has been repeatedly appearing in front of people and
Yeah.
assuring them and everything that they are doing. That's interesting, but everybody has to contribute to this. This cannot work without each and every person contributing. This cannot work, right?
That's
और
true.
अभी most of us are contributing, most of us are doing our bit. इसीलिए हम अभी भी we are still at some 2000 odd जो भी number पे
Yes.
हैं. उसमें भी I think a huge chunk has come from just one incident where people
Yeah.
for some reason did not do or did not follow the guidelines and all, which is sad. But I think that will also serve as an example to other people कि कितना खराब हो सकता. अगर एक जगह से इतना हो सकता है तो अगर हम सब बाहर आ जाएंगे तो
So yeah. So
what havoc it can create. Yeah.
So, of course, I think one way I think gratitude, honestly speaking, doesn't really come easy. But I think once you start going in that direction, so it starts coming naturally to you. But I think the
Yeah.
best we can do right now for gratitude per se could be when the PM has asked you to get yourself involved, is एक activity में to show, we're together and we're there and all of that. I think, so I too would personally ask the audience on 9 when you're supposed to switch off the lights and, the flashlight on karna ya diya jalana and all of that. I think it's important, like more important than ever. इससे पहले शायद कभी वो situation आई नहीं होगी कि that you should have been, felt forced to do it, but I think I would want कि सब actually में चीज करें, so at least वो 1% of gratitude we can show, and
Yes.
they themselves will feel better, as a matter of fact.
Exactly.
So yeah, so
Exactly.
hmm.
So we'll be out there for you, and
Yeah.
all of you have to be out there for us.
That's true.
Right.
Anyway, so those were the news for today. बाकी मैं कल extra news के साथ आऊंगी. I'll try something more crispy, and I'll send you the videos so that we can have one more discussion about the same thing. Although the answer is, I've got
The
it.
conspiracy
Plane को
theory.
बचाना है. Yes.
Conspiracy theory.
Yes. क्योंकि
I
अगर
think
हमने
I've
news
used so
के
many
अंदर
metaphors. Fire, airplane, the war.
तो तो आज तो मुझे लग रहा है कि हमें ना एक बारी तो कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी डिस्कस, एक नहीं जो दो तीन अभी मैं जितनी भी सुनी है ना, हम वी गोना डिस्कस बिकॉज इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू डिस्कस दिस कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीज आल्सो इन
Let's
टर्म्स ऑफ न्यूज,
discuss it.
क्योंकि बहुत
Let's
तो न्यूज
discuss.
इसी में बनी है.
Let's discuss it.
ठीक है, so thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna come up with सिर्फ conspiracy theories का show tomorrow most probably, and I'm gonna go out there collect, and if Ananya knows one, or if she can contribute to the theories, then
Yes.
yeah, that'll be great. Chalo, okay ma'am, thank you so
Okay.
much for today.
So see you everyone tomorrow at 9. Same time,
Yes.
same place.
Yes.
Bye.
Chalo,
Good
okay
night.
ma'am, bye.